Alright. Can you hear it? Welcome to Relay.
Hello, we should have sound. Hi, welcome to the Relay Station. 13 seconds ago, somewhere in space, an elephant got its wings, and also a tutu, and some figure skates, and like one of those really cheap wands that are full of glitter with a little glittery star on the end to hold in its trunk, and it's dancing space ballet on ice skates, and it's really, really cool elephant. Anyway, I'm David, that's Nakara, and that's Shiver. Welcome to the Relay Station. We're going to talk about Star Citizen.
Hi, everybody.
Anyone who hasn't joined us before, you may be excited to know that Shiver here is the Joker of the group.
In that I'll kill you and stab you and laugh at the same time.
Yeah, you're the
Oh,
Joker. Completely accurate, in my opinion.
He totally doesn't mean it, everybody.
Why? So in my life, at some point, everyone I fucking know has actually made that comparison to me and the Joker, and I'm just here like, kind of prefer Batman, to be honest.
Not gonna lie, you would make a really good Joker.
I think you'll find that the Joker doesn't make jokes in the conventional sense.
I think you'll find that Shiver doesn't make jokes in the conventional sense either. Hey, Sarkareth, how you doing?
Cut of your jib.
Oh, well.
Welcome to the Relay Station. This is an extra late edition because,
yes.
well,
This
honestly,
is the This is the red eye edition of
Yeah.
Relay Station.
This is the on a normal day, I am asleep right now. Right now is my bedtime, and we are starting. But Nakara was out in the bushes, and we didn't want to do this show without him because we got some numbers to talk about. Because this week has been IAE, or the International.
Nope.
No. Interplanetary.
Nope.
Nope.
Intercontinental.
The Indigo Aerospace Expo.
Incredible aerospace
The
exhibition.
Incontinent Aerospace Expo.
That was when they were spraying the stuff out the back of the ship.
Yeah.
You know?
It's accurate.
Incontinent Andrew escaped.
Oh my god, catch him. Where did he go?
No one wants to catch him. We're
Yeah, fair
letting
enough.
that one go. But if he dies, his incontinence will allow him to respawn quickly enough to see his own death.
Shiver, this is becoming like Kingdom Hearts with Jake. I cannot make it through a games show with Jake without Jake mentioning Kingdom Hearts. Literally has not happened. And I don't seem to be able to make it through a relay station with you anymore without, that.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Cool. No, I'm just
yeah.
yeah. Works for me.
No one
Hello
says when a new
everyone.
one comes along.
Welcome.
We're going to switch over fast enough that when it comes along, we'll be able to see the old one as well.
I want to start off by saying I sincerely hope that everyone out there is having a good day right now and enjoying the week in Star Citizen and having a good time.
It's fun.
I want to start off by saying that
I think that's fake as fuck. Like when you go to a shop and they say, "I hope you have a nice day." It's so insincere. Fuck you. I hope your day is shit. I'm going to be honest. I don't give a fuck either way.
but I am being honest, sure. I genuinely hope that everyone has a good day. I hope that
Everyone?
Yeah, everyone.
Everyone.
Even bad.
Everyone.
Yeah. Because maybe if bad people had more good days, they'd be less bad.
Or they just be even more zealous in how bad they are.
Maybe, but I have to hope. I have to keep an aura of positivity.
Hope is the first step on the road to disappointment.
Isildur gets a bad rap, man.
Oh boy.
He didn't have a choice.
Well,
He didn't. If he didn't do exactly as he did, then the ring never would have gotten destroyed.
Isildur was the king who took the ring, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if he hadn't have done what he did in the first place, the ring would have just been destroyed. That was kind of the point.
Something would have come. Something would have happened. Something.
No.
And then,
no.
actually, no, even better point. If Isildur did what he was supposed to do and handed the ring over, also, yeah, Elrond could have just, kicked his ass. But if Isildur had done it, then you know what? And this would actually be, it's like I've always wanted to tell this, like, epic seeming story that starts out really, really epic and amazing, and then just, it's just like, here's the really simple answer and it's over, 20 pages in, done, no story, move on,
yeah, they just find out that the One Ring can be destroyed with a hammer at the blacksmith shop.
yeah, and they're like,
You're done. It's game over.
cool. and everyone celebrates, and it's like, that was
So let's
significantly
I'll go for
easier
a
than I
drink.
thought it would be.
Did you
Now
know it
let's
comes in pints?
all right, let's talk Star Citizen.
Well, we're not starting a Lord of the Rings podcast? Oh, come on.
No, I don't have enough knowledge on Lord of the Rings, to be honest. I really don't
Fair
like
enough.
the books.
Oh, well, settle in. Let me tell you about Morgoth.
Is that Shelob's mother?
No, Morgoth was basically Sauron was Morgoth's apprentice.
Oh, okay.
Oh, charming.
But
Who's
Morgoth
Sauron
was
again?
destroyed.
That's one of the swords, right?
No. Sauron actually has a very interesting.
Oh yeah,
I think they're
Ungoliant.
actually
Sorry, Sargareth.
Were they actually going to do an Amazon series about Sauron's life before Lord of the Rings? Because it was.
I think
quite
they're
interesting.
doing an Amazon Lord of the Rings series.
Well,
still.
they are doing an Amazon Lord of the Rings series, and it has at
Yeah.
least 5 seasons.
Amazon are going all in.
They guaranteed
Three
it
of those
5
seasons. 3 of those seasons are going to be describing a bush by the side of the fucking road.
Totally.
Look, I've started watching the Wheel of Time series on Amazon, which 4 episodes in is actually really good, despite the absolutely aggravating things that they changed from the books. But it's going to be great because instead of having to read 18 pages describing what the women are wearing as dresses on that particular morning, you can just see it. And it's done. It's honestly, being able to see the dresses rather than read about them is going to shorten the series by half. It's great.
You prefer short dresses?
No, I prefer long dresses. And short skirts and a long jacket. Okay. IAE this week,
Yeah.
but I want to say that I played some more Star Citizen earlier this week, which I know shouldn't be much to talk about on a Star Citizen podcast, but given that I basically never play the game, I popped in, and I've wanted to pop in and play. I haven't had time because I've been doing renovations and have children, but I've wanted to play more Star Citizen literally all week. And this is basically the first time this has ever happened. 3.15 it's fantastic.
It's a good patch.
This is a really, really good patch. I was flying around in my Ion. It was super fun. It felt fast and like responsive. And I realized I screwed up because I didn't equip any weapons, and I landed and I was supposed to go kill a guy, and I was like, I don't have anything to do it, so I had to take off again. And then I went too close to some security beacon and something attacked me. I still don't know what it was because it just came out and started shooting at me. I don't know what ship it was. All I know is when I finally got it, I took 4 shots, missed 3 of them, hit 1 shot with the Ion, and it just poof, disintegrated. The Ion's cannon is
A sniper.
it's so good. It's so good. I love it. Having so much fun with the game.
Yeah.
I'm going to be playing more,
I kind of love that design.
I love it. I also want to say I tried out the free Game Glass shard while I was playing, and I was extremely impressed. It helped me a lot because I've got like a little tablet right below my monitor. It helped me so much with some of the keybinds that I just do not remember ever. And like I hate having to do certain things, and it just like being able to tap comms and being able to tap exits. Really liked it. Actually really impressed with the Game Glass shard. Try out the free one. I highly recommend trying it out, especially if you have a tablet. I actually bought a couple of the other ones for Star Citizen because I was so impressed and pleased with it. But
How much are
yeah,
they?
they're like $4 each or something.
Oh, that's not bad.
It's a really good deal. Even the one that you get, I believe you get one for free.
One for free. So the one for free is Flight.
I remember that one being really quite useful, to be honest with you. You could just have the free one and be happy,
Yeah. It's so there's Flight, and Flight is free, and it offers you like turn on ship, spool quantum, launch quantum. It offers you quick access to comms, couple other buttons. I don't remember what it's got a bunch of
Did it have
useful stuff.
power distribution on it as well?
I think it has basic power distribution. I don't remember. I know that there's a jump up, which is avionics. which has a lot more. It's got individual power system toggles. I think it definitely has the power management. There's also a mining one, which I haven't tried out, but I think that will allow you to like adjust like laser intensity. Like they're good. Take a look. I recommend it. Yeah, I played some Star Citizen and it was really good.
Awesome.
The game is feeling better than it ever has.
Which is good. You don't want to go in backwards.
No, but it's also like
But we have had some backwards patches for sure.
we have. But for the longest time, it's like people have asked me like, should we play Star Citizen? And I'm like, no, there is absolutely no point in us getting together because I don't want people that aren't invested to have a bad impression because a bad impression sticks for a long time, right? This is the first patch where I'm like, it's not there yet. It's still got bugs, but no, I can see it getting to the point where it's like, okay, guys, we got nothing to play this Thursday. Everyone get it together. We're playing some Star Citizen. You know, like it's getting to the point where I'm going to get people in. I actually I was going to buy my wife I was like, oh, it's a sale. This is a perfect time to buy my wife a package because we'll play together. And she's been interested in it and has wanted to get in it. And it's a good time for her to, start to play because it feels good to play. And oh, that email is already in use. Oh, do we have a package for you already? Look at the date. Oh, okay. So basically what happens is Cass and I met. First date, November 26th, 2016. 2015? God, I don't remember what year. 6 years ago, yesterday. We met, and 4 days later, I got her...
4 days.
4 days later, I got her starter package for Star Citizen. So,
I want to hear her side of that story. 4 days later.
4 days.
Fucking spaceship game. Like I'm supposed to give a shit. I mean, I pretended and smiled because he seemed nice enough, but that was a huge red flag.
Honestly, I met her 2 weeks after they met, and one of the coolest things about her right away was that she did seem to actually give a shit about like the things that David was interested in. Which is cool.
I bought my wife a fucking ship as well, so bear in mind that as well.
Oh man, that's funny.
I also I had fixed up an old rig that I had for the two of us to play World of Warcraft together because she used to play World of Warcraft and hadn't played it in a while, and I set her up my old machine that's actually now my daughter's. And the first night we were set up to play with it, shoot, like same room, we're sitting there, we're playing together, World of Warcraft, we're in, and she knocks over a glass of wine straight down the, like, I don't know, 300 millimeter top fan of the computer. Entire glass of wine straight down it. Computer shuts off immediately. And she just collapsed to the ground crying because she was like, oh my God, I've just destroyed his PC. Everything is the worst. After I spent like a half hour, making sure she was okay and letting her know that it was fine, I was like, look, it's okay, watch. And I hit power on the computer, and it booted up, and it was fine. And we continued playing World of Warcraft.
And it smelled like a French vineyard.
Oh, it was great. Yeah, Sargarath, to be fair to the computer, that was its first glass of wine ever. But, okay, right. Star Citizen. IAE. Where do you guys want to start? Okay, first question. First to
I
you
think we should
guys.
start at the beginning.
I want to start at the beginning, but I also want to know from everyone in chat and from you two. Has your fleet changed at all in the last week?
I'll start
Eric?
with David. Or no, with David. Jeez. Oh, you'll start with me. Okay. Simple answer is no. My fleet has not changed. Not because it necessarily won't change or because I don't want it to change, but because I haven't done it yet.
And is there anything
looking
you're
at the
thinking
Odyssey.
of? You're looking at the Odyssey. eh?
Odyssey.
Odyssey. All right.
A character may become an Odyssey.
I
But
feel like there's a lot.
I don't know if the Odyssey's worth twice as much money as the Carrack.
But it's completely self. Okay, no, we'll save the Odyssey talk for later. Okay, you're thinking an Odyssey. Cool.
Yeah.
Shiver.
Upgraded my cat to a Redeemer, so now I have a Redeemer with LTI.
Nice. Very nice.
Nice.
Used it in Arena Command because I forgot the hangar's no longer there, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I didn't really want to just spawn a ship in the PU and ruin someone else's chances to have a landing pad just so I could be like, ooh. So I just spawned it in Arena Commander, and then I realized I can't get out of the seat, and then I just blew up a load of ships, and I was like, it's all right.
All right.
It's really good. It's really good.
Nice.
Is it pretty?
It is. I love it.
That's good.
I
That's
love
good.
it.
Anyone in
That's
chat, if you guys
awesome.
made any moves, let us know.
David, what'd you do?
Oh, what did I wish I should really track what changes I've made, but let's see. What's it called? Frick.
Your what's it called?
Yeah, okay, so my BMM, my merchantman, has become an Odyssey.
Okay.
My Starlifter, Starfighter, Star Runner. My MSR, I figured
Okay.
I have no need for an MSR. It's not something I don't really like it. It's this weird middle ground between small freight and big freight that still takes forever to take. I didn't like the MSR very much. It became an Aegis Eclipse because I absolutely love the idea of 3 size 9 torpedoes.
Yeah, the Eclipse is an amazing ship. Big fan of the Eclipse.
It's beautiful looking. It's got size 9 torpedoes. How can I say no? And then I previously had an Ares Starfighter Inferno. I really didn't like how the Gatling worked. I didn't like the feel of the Gatling. So I moved it over to an Ion, and I love the Ion. It fires like one shot every 2 seconds, or like it is slow firing.
Mm-hmm.
But
We've got an Alien Day coming up as well, haven't we?
I thought all the
Alien
days were done. Alien Day was 2 days ago or 3 days ago.
Oh, well, I won't be buying anything more then. Tits.
I think you can still get them.
Oh, really?
don't know.
Even if you can't get them, the last 2 days of IAE are
Free for all.
the
Yeah, I know it is.
finale where they're all available. I think.
Yeah.
So
What alien do you
I
want
just
to pick
learned.
up?
I'm tempted by, I don't know if they're even on sale, but one of the Vandal ships.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's obviously not a Vandal
Yeah.
ship, but I think, is it Kruger that remake the Vandal ships? Like the Glaive and the...
I genuinely don't
the other
remember.
one.
So I just realized something, and it's very dangerous for me.
What's that?
I melt my Carrack, if I melt my Carrack, I only get $370 for it. But if I do the ship upgrade, I get $620 for it, which means that it would only cost me $80 to upgrade to the Odyssey.
That's why my BMM became an Odyssey, because my BMM was only
That's
worth
gonna happen.
my BMM was worth 250 if I
Xperia.
melted it. Yeah,
Thank you,
Magpie's got it. My BMM was worth 250 if I melted it, but it was worth 550 for the upgrade.
My Carrack's 620, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I have the partially because I have the upgrade to
Right.
the C8X.
All right, should we just talk about the Odyssey then?
I mean, we should talk about we have a lot of stuff to cover. We should
Yeah.
talk about all the new ships. We should start at the beginning.
Okay, let's start at the beginning then. Eric, start us at the beginning.
Well, we already talked about the Spartan, right? Last weekend?
We talked about the Spartan last week, yes.
Yeah. And I don't think we need to talk about the Redeemer, so let's just talk.
You've just broken Sugar's heart. I believe we also talked
He
about
broke my heart when he said he was going to think about upgrading his Carrack to an Odyssey, and I was like,
Why?
Carrack just... Look, the Carrack just
Carrack is
doesn't...
life.
Carrack was life.
Stop with the arguments. Enough. No. Later. We still have to cover the freaking ship later.
You're right.
I know. Let's start with the Redeemer. So the Redeemer is now out and it is available. You got to blow things up with it, Shiver, which sounds like it was a good experience.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
Just on your own, you're firing like 6 cannons forward facing. It's just, yeah.
Anyone else? Anyone else have a Redeemer? Anyone else enjoy pew-pewing with the Redeemer?
I like the idea of the Redeemer. I'm happy they changed it from sort of gunboat. Like it had sort of a weird, unclear what its role
originally.
was. But it was dropship gunship. It's a gunship now, right? Like it's
Yeah. Now it shoots things. That's basically its job.
it can still hold people, but it shoot things.
Mhm.
I like that they clarified its role a bit. I think that they did a great job with the ship art within their constraints. Yeah. Good ship. Still looks like a shopping cart.
Yeah, I like the wheels more after seeing them in person, though, I have to say.
Okay.
There's a lot of, if you go and look at, or I guess you can't anymore, but I went and looked at it when it was in the expo hall.
Yeah.
They did yes, they look like shopping cart wheels, but they did a lot of detail work on them, and they actually look pretty good in person, up close.
Shopping cart
anyway.
wheels can look good up close too. They're still shopping cart
No, they
wheels.
can't. Covered in lint, and they have like twine wrapped around them, and they don't work. And then they're like wobbling back and forth like this.
But doesn't it look like that's what the Redeemer's wheels will do? You're gonna get a bad Redeemer wheel, and it's just gonna go. The entire time you use it.
Amazing. Oh my god.
Someone clip that and actually make that the sound effect.
Look, this is exactly why people come and watch us. The insightful, just
the only possible
forward-thinking, insightful analysis of Star Citizen.
Exactly.
What do we got next, Eric?
so-
Move us along.
The Ares. We should talk a little bit about the Ares before we move along from the Ares. I love the ship and I love its role. Both of them. They're a little bit different. Glass cannons are cool. They're fun, and I really wish I had one. I'm still considering changing my Vanguard for an Ion. We'll see.
I absolutely adore the Ion. The idea
Yeah.
that, I mean, it's still reasonably armored, and it's like, yeah, all right, you're more maneuverable. You've got a lot of guns. You've got to hit me like 30, 40 times for me to lose shields and be in trouble. But I just have to hit you once. Just once.
So scary.
All it takes,
I think,
and I don't
think
have a lot of
the-
skill. All it takes is one lucky shot. Like I need lucky shots, period. And with a normal ship, I need a lot of those lucky shots. With the Ion, I just need one.
Oh, that's funny.
It definitely epitomizes the skill that you're going to need in dogfights. Not just you as the pilot / gunner, but you as the person who is in combat with that ship of, I need to be erratic, unpredictable, but also be able to go on the attack.
And the big weakness for the Inferno and the Ares in general is the rear.
Yeah.
If you can get on the tail of one, it's in trouble. Because it has to be. First of all, it wants to be long range. Second of all, it has no guns in the back. So
It does have a fair complement of missiles, though. To be fair, like.
you can't fire missiles backwards either.
No. I mean, but most ships can't fire backwards, right? I mean, that's part of the benefit to the RSI
Actually,
Scorpius.
a lot of ships can fire backwards.
What single seaters can? If we're pitting single seater to single seater, the Scorpius is just
So the Scorpius, the Super Hornet.
Super Hornet is
They
a
bo-
single seater.
Sorry, I guess you're right. Super Hornet's two seater, and you need the gunner to do the
Yep.
the.
not many single
backwards firing.
seaters can fire backwards.
That is true. Although you know what you really could what you could learn in the this is something you should learn, David. Uncoupled flight in the Ares, it would give you a huge advantage because you could just uncouple and spin it around and then fire backwards.
Yeah.
That's and it's just one keystroke to uncouple. No, that would be. I was just thinking about how the M50 was able to do that for so long, and I'm like, wait a second, the Ares could do that too.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
man.
love the Ares. I love its role. I love its design. I still think it's the best looking ship in the game.
And the funny thing is, you also grab the other best looking ship in the game, which is the
The
Eclipse.
Eclipse. Yeah. I know.
Yeah, I love that ship.
The Eclipse is so beautiful, and it's a ship that I literally never think of. I always forget that it's even a ship in the game.
Because it's stealth, David.
I know. But I'm sitting there looking at it, and like, one, that is probably the second best looking ship in the game. It's sharp and beautiful. And two, it has 3 size 9 torpedoes.
Yeah.
Like,
You can take out an entire base with one shot.
I was playing around with the Inferno last week and was having a hell of a time killing some AA guns, right? Like I couldn't land enough hits from the Inferno's gun to kill the AA turrets. I'm not a very good pilot. Though to be fair, I did kill some with the Ion very easily. I love the Ion. But I was sitting there thinking, it was like, you know, if I had an Eclipse, I wouldn't need to hit it with shit. I'd just
torp it.
torp it.
It's done.
And everything, the base next door, half the planet,
Oh,
it's gone.
The only way to be sure.
Yeah,
God. Just glass the place.
yeah. Anyway, yeah, I haven't flown the Eclipse yet, but I'm itching to get in and fly it. It's so good. Anyway,
David, are you
yeah.
able to? Actually, you know what? I'm going to ask you to do another thing too.
okay.
The next one up is the Argo Raft, and I think you should bring it up and do browser display for that one first.
Jeez, Eric, you're making things difficult for me.
It's a fairly minimal ask.
Well, the raft was in the episode this week, was it not?
Oh, it was. Yeah, it wasn't. Oh, or was it? Yes,
Let's
it
switch
was.
over. Media.
Yeah, let's go over to
are
show and tell, and we can take a look at the raft in there if it's there. I think it is.
One moment.
All the
Yeah.
freaking videos are running together in my brain.
Yeah. Okay, let's. You know what? This is a good time for us to just look at. Oh, geez, this is not sized
This
properly.
is a Spartan.
Sorry,
Are these
this
old
is,
videos?
No, this is not sized properly. One moment, please. This is a new video. This is the opening where they were talking about the. Sorry, the Spartan was last week's. This
there we
is
go.
the.
Yeah.
This is the Largo Cargo.
I love this thing.
I do too, kind of.
I love Argo ships. The Argo has such a clearly defined design style, and they all look great. And they're like, we make ships that look like this, and they all look like that, and they all look good.
You know what's really,
love
really interesting to me is I look at that
What's that?
Argo ship, and I think that's what Drake's ships should have looked like.
Yeah, but no, I actually completely disagree. These ships actually look like clean and crisp, and like they're actually well built, and they have like big, strong girders and stuff. Drake ships are supposed to basically be falling apart at all times.
I like that there's so much of the Argo that's open. It's not all closed in by paneling though. Like
Yeah,
the
that's so cool.
internals are showing.
It's clearly industrial.
Yeah, but I feel like Drake should have a little bit more of that. Like stuff is showing. I don't know. That's just me.
What
But
about the Vulture?
Vulture they just bolted a ladder to the side of it.
I do like that. No, I think the Argo ships are great. They've got a phenomenal design language. I love the bright orange everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's really just
Hey, I'm an industrial ship. You know.
yeah.
Please don't shoot.
Oh,
Yeah, right?
Sardarth, what is that? I know that. Why do I know that? That's gonna bother me.
Teenage Dream. By who the heck was it by? Katy Perry. Yeah.
Now I'm just thinking about a really good cover of Teenage Dirtbag by Wheatus. I heard a cover of that was just phenomenal.
What? Am I wrong? Oh, I was wrong. Well, I'm gonna search on Google. Right
Yeah,
now.
I want to know Sargareth. Anyway, I really like the Argo Cargo, or as Jake called it, the Largo Cargo. It's
Oh, sorry, that
thought
was
you
Call
said
Me.
it
That was
Cargo.
Call Me Maybe. My bad.
oh,
By Carly Rae Jepsen.
good song actually. Great. It's a great ship. It's a
Yeah.
great big ship. I do have one problem with it, and
No, you don't.
no, I do. And this is actually something that really, really bothered me in the episode of ISC. They were like, yeah, it's like competition for the freelancer.
Mhm.
It's a less gunned, more armored version of the freelancer. And that's just like they're completely different ships. They're not in the same class at all.
Why not?
What's the cargo capacity of a Largo Cargo versus a freelancer?
I don't see the problem is we don't know those numbers, David. No one does because none of the stats are correct on the website.
I
So,
know. But
question
look
mark?
at it. This ship is the size of 3 freelancers.
So the freelancer max has more cargo than the Largo Cargo,
really?
according to the Star Citizen wiki. Yes.
That's really
The
strange
freelancer-
because
Freelancer Max is 120 SCU versus 96 for the raft.
God, that feels wrong. Like the raft is huge. It's
I was just about to say we haven't actually seen the Largo cargo next to another ship, have we? Yet. So trying to get an idea
I
of
haven't.
scale.
yeah. I
Well,
mean,
David,
yeah.
David, it's smaller than the Freelancer Max.
What?
It's like a meter longer, but it's much narrower.
Really?
Yeah.
That boggles my
You
mind.
need to recalibrate your.
It's
your
just
size
like I look at it
expectation.
and
We need
there's
to put
like
a banana in
No,
every
but I
single
look
new
at
ship
this
video
and
for scale.
right there, the little corridor we're rocking through right now, that's like the entire size of a freelancer. And then it's
No,
got
it's
this
not. You just haven't been in the Freelancer lately.
I mean, the freelancer hasn't changed in 8 years.
Actually, no. This is about
You
the
haven't
same
changed
size
your
as the
underwear in
Freelancer.
8 years,
Look at
but we don't
look at
bring
this
it up.
room. No. Look at this room. There's like a full table for food. There's like a full kitchen. There's a bunch of bunk beds. The freelancer has none of that. None of it.
Did this have multiple decks? Is that
Yeah.
what they did here?
The Freelancer has bunk beds, at least.
It has a couple bunk beds, but it has no like cooking facilities.
Taller?
It doesn't have
don't
armor
think so.
storage. It doesn't have a ladder.
No, it has
No.
cargo
No, you're
space
right.
instead.
That's
It's
a good
only
point.
got a little
It
bit of-
doesn't work.
I don't know. I don't think that this is comparable to a
Hmm.
freelancer. This has two
I
decks.
think you're wrong.
What would
This
you
has
compare-
2 decks.
What would you compare it to?
I mean, I'd compare it more to like. Frig.
Hull B?
Ho-
No, it doesn't have
'cause
anywhere near the. It doesn't have anywhere near the cargo capacity of a Hull B.
But it doesn't feel like it. It feels more like a.
No, but you're.
I want to say MSR. Like it feels more like an MSR in interior. Like there's so much more to the interior of that Argo than there is to the Freelancer.
Mhm.
The Freelancer has nothing inside. It's one
No,
corridor.
It's very small, but it has more freight, and so it's.
You know what?
They're basically in the same class.
The fact that we can have this conversation does highlight the fact that cargo ships have a lot of variety in them,
You do.
which is a really refreshing thing to see rather than, I want this size cargo ship.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
and
would
the
be
hulls. The hulls are going to be very popular because they have vastly more cargo space than either of these ships. But if you attack one, you're going to win. Period. Oh man.
But it is a very attractive ship as well. I was really tempted to get one.
It's
And,
quite
it's
pretty.
Like, you don't want a cargo ship, Shiv. It doesn't have guns.
it doesn't.
Nope. It's less well armored. Sorry, armed. I mean, it's less well armed than the Freelancer, which actually is a bit of a beast in terms of fighting for a cargo ship. But yeah, it's just gorgeous. But what they were talking about was that even though it has a little less cargo space than the Max, you'll be able to offload and unload your cargo much faster because it's external.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be a nice advantage. Also it has those gigantic ass VTOL thrusters, so it'll be able to make orbit quickly.
Yeah. It's a cool ship. I like it.
Yep. I
anyone
really
pick it
like
up?
it.
I actually the other. Sorry, go ahead, Shiver.
Did anyone either watching or either of you two actually pick one up?
I did not, but I
Nope.
don't tend to buy ships anymore. So
I've spent $5,000. I'm not gonna
Those are rookie
spend.
numbers.
I know, but I'm still not spending any new money until I start playing the game more often, which
might happen now.
might happen.
All right.
The one I think we actually talked about this last week, but the thing I really liked about the Argo raft is that, like the Spartan, I talked about it on the Spartan, but like the Spartan, the raft is made on the same frame as an already existing ship. It makes so much sense for them to just, here's the basic frame, let's adapt it for another use. That's what companies would do because they've got everything else that works. Let's just adapt it for another purpose. I love that they've added that. It adds a lot more realism, in my opinion, to the verse.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
What's our next video?
Our next video, we should have done this one earlier, but it's the
The cat?
yeah.
Oh man. It's Pew Pew.
It's Pew Pew. The Ares and the Ion. No, sorry, the Inferno and the Ion. I know. Sorry, I'm
Yes.
really tired.
That's okay, me too.
Look at
understand.
that's another thing. I didn't mention it, but look at the view in this thing. This ship has one of the most unobstructed view screens in Star Citizen. I love it so much.
Not as good as a Prospector.
No, but it's like it's really good.
Oh, the damage effects
Reminds me of
are really coming along. Especially on the capital ship there. Like, that just looked great.
Look at the fire rate of that Ion cannon.
Oh, I was thinking of fire animations on the cannon.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's so cool.
It's so good. I love this ship. I do have one complaint for the Inferno. I know this is completely unrealistic and probably ridiculous, but I really wish the Inferno spat out its ammunition.
You mean the casings?
Yeah, I really wish it spat out the casings.
Do you really want to lose like 5 frames a second because it's spitting out casings?
No, but yes.
I want the Ion to just keep, with that red beam of light that goes to it. I want it to just say, by your command.
I would like the Ion to actually
oh my
be
god,
a
that
laser.
explosion.
Yeah, I don't know. I really,
Like the
really...
Sentinel beam from Halo?
I love these ships. I think... I'm not very good with them. But I think that the Ion and the Inferno are going to make a lot of people really, really angry.
Yeah.
Like, really angry. Because they do so much damage. And they're so
they've
perfect.
got to be used. You've got to use them in the right way. Because
Yes.
you can't just deploy them on the field and go, right, there you go, there's our I win button. You've got to keep them protected.
Yes.
Because if you're in the middle of a dogfight, even someone who has got an Idris will know a group of people who are like, hey, can you come help? And you'll have a dogfight rather than just pounding on the Idris.
Yeah, you really don't want to get into a close-in dogfight with this ship if you can avoid it. If you get some nice shots off, you could win, but you're much more vulnerable up close. Your weapons are designed for that.
But it also depends on what you're fighting. Like, if you're fighting another single-seater ship, right, Parker? Like, that's exactly what I'm talking about. It's all it takes is, and not from the Inferno, but from the Ion, all it takes is one shot. And the Inferno, that Gatling gun has so much power. It's one of the highest DPSs out there, period.
Just watching it tear apart this capital ship is just like, oh my god.
But people that are really good at flying and piloting with an Ion and like just hitting you. It's like a good sniper in a game, like it's in an FPS. It's just, I'm running along, everything's fine, and I'm dead.
Dead.
And that's what it's going to be with these. Or with the Ion, the Inferno is not really a sniper. The Inferno is, honestly, it's sort of like the Heavy from Team Fortress 2.
It's like a minigun.
It just sits there and pumps out as much lead as it can until something kills it.
It's got something like, what, 1,900 rounds
It's got a lot of ammo.
capacity?
Yep.
Wow.
Anyway, love the 2 shifts. Absolutely adore them. So happy with them. And they look beautiful.
Yep. Don't ever want to fight one. Get away from me with that.
I do.
So there have been 2 Whitley's Guide episodes since the last.
Yeah. They were glorious.
They were very good. You should really go watch them, honestly.
Yeah.
I feel really good about the Whitley's Guide episodes this year. They had some story that went
More
through them.
storytelling. Yep.
Storytelling, and I liked the way that they told the story, and just the way that they ended it, right? Spoilers. With
Yeah.
Jax disappearing into the sunset with an Odyssey that you can
That
just...
was not a sunset. That was a jump point.
Close enough. He straight up, he's like, I'm going to Pyro with this ship. Right?
Yep. Hint, hint. Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge.
I
Smash
wonder,
over the head with a
maybe
boulder.
we'll have the Odyssey and Pyro next year.
Likely.
Yeah, that. Or all we're gonna have in Pyro is just Jax, just there, and that's it.
Everything will orbit Jax. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just a giant Jack's face at the center of the system.
yeah.
Yep,
Light
I like it.
beaming out of his eyes.
I am Jax.
Oh, that's amazing. So, I guess it's time to talk about the Musashi Industrial and Starflight Concern Odyssey.
It is. It is time to talk about the Odyssey.
Boy.
Sorry, Shiver,
Upset.
I don't have the bot up right now. If anyone has any questions, please ask them in chat because I'm useless.
In fact, the last time we had a question
Yeah. Like,
was the 25th of September.
yeah.
So at this
So-
point, I assume everyone knows everything.
Yeah.
Yep, they've learned everything there is to know.
All right. Give me a second
so
to
can
figure
you-
this out. Give me a second.
Okay, fine. He wants a second, Shiver. Can we give him a second?
I thought this was supposed to be working.
One.
Just
Why did
one.
I actually-
Wow.
Because you have no rice cooker, Sagareth. Everyone needs a decent rice cooker.
It's true. That is 100% factual. Life without a good rice cooker is bland, uninteresting, brutish,
So, like,
brutish,
right?
simple, and short. What, or
That's
what's-
why Auntie Helen left.
That's why she left.
Yeah, what do you think? Am I really the only person who watches Uncle Roger here? Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Let's look at the Odyssey.
It's a...
In my divorce, literally, I got my rice cooker that I still have upstairs from my previous ex. I kept the rice cooker.
Wait, were you Sargeras 6?
First off, look at that ship.
Yeah. It's like they took the Freelancer and just like gave it a shot of anabolic steroids or something.
It is,
Like, hey, you get bigger.
but it's also, I'm really not sure about those two front thrusters.
Yeah, me neither.
They're out of place. I don't know why they're there. I don't know what purpose they serve.
It's rust.
But they look weird. I genuinely don't really like those two side thrusters.
It also has bottom thrusters,
Yeah, I know.
rear facing.
So let's read this because it's fairly significant. The survey distant survey distant frontiers and seek the
undiscovered matches of the galaxy.
Okay, now we're just doing.
No.
I was trying to do an announcer voice, Shiver. I just had to clear my throat.
What? That's what it sounds like when you're choking on my. Anyway.
Survey distant frontiers and seek the undiscovered reaches of the galaxy with Misk's Odyssey, the most advanced exploration ship available to civilian starfarers. The onboard refinery, ship hangar, built-in mining tech and tractor beam, expansive supply hold, and comprehensive accommodation for a crew of 6 all allow you to tame the furthest reaches of space, remaining self-sufficient almost indefinitely. Discover a new life deep among the stars, only from Misk.
Really like this ship.
How was my announcer voice? Was it announcy?
Don't quit your day job.
I don't plan to. This is where we get to the why is this ship so much more than a Carrack? It's fully self-sufficient.
Yeah, that's why. It has much more capability than the Carrack. It can hold multiple ships. It has a refinery and built-in mining capability. She's got a lot. Also, I think its cargo capacity is significantly larger.
252 SCU cargo.
Yes.
That's a lot.
For reference, that's almost 3 times as much as the Raft that we just looked at.
Well, what about
no.
the physical size? Which is larger physically? Or digitally, I guess.
Oh, are you talking about is the Carrack or the Odyssey bigger?
Odyssey's bigger,
I
I believe.
They're not ridiculously different in size. Just give me a second, I will find out. Do you remember the final specs of the Carrack?
I don't remember specs of ships anymore. They've changed too many times.
So here's the basic details. The Odyssey is about, well, it's 13 meters longer and 14 meters wider. So marginally bigger, both 10, 15%, 15%-ish.
3 remote turrets with size 5 guns.
Yep. Also,
So
it has a tier 2 med bay.
Yeah, but the 3 remote turrets, I hope those
You
are
can
going to be
shoot
enough.
Should be.
I love that it's got like a full hangar that opens up out of the back of it. Look at that. You know what confuses me though?
What's that?
Why-
Long division.
Yes, actually, 100%. And short division and division and multiplication and an addition and subtraction and really just the entire concept of numbers.
And magnets.
When are Misk
That
going to
is-
have a little ship that would fit really nicely into the back of one of these?
They already have one. Razor.
No, no, one with a point.
I wonder if the Prospector would fit in there.
But razors have points, David. That's the entire point of a razor. Ah!
No.
No, they have blades.
David, you could probably fit a Hull A in there.
No, but again, a ship that has, like, that would complement.
Hang on. I need to ask, do you mean a Hull-A or a
Or a hull, eh?
Canadian A?
Hull-A, Shiver.
I mean, a ship that would complement the exploration thing. Like, the, what is it, the 85X that goes along with the Carrack? Or like a 315P? It's like something exploration focused.
To be
that would...
fair, I mean, yeah, I could see what you're saying. Yeah, so you want Misk? You're now tasking Misk with making a snub ship.
A small, yeah. Misk need a snub ship that would fit in the
All right.
Odyssey.
I'll write the CEO.
Cool. Still, hangar's good. Tier 2
The
medical
hangar
bay.
is gorgeous. I love the design of the hangar. It's so cool.
A tier
First
2
time I'm flying that around and I see the hangar bay open like that,
Yep.
it's gonna be something else.
A tier 2 medical bay is fairly significant when it comes to medical bays. It can heal.
Significant?
Words. That's pretty good.
The next two bits are the important ones, though.
Yeah. Mining and tractor beams that can extract quantanium and transform it into quantum fuel built into the ship. That's big.
It can fuel itself. That is a huge deal for an exploration craft.
And yeah, the onboard
Also,
refinery.
David,
Yep.
you're getting a preview of what the Endeavor is going to be like.
Well, no, damn it, Eric. See, we're not done with the Odyssey. We can look at all the main decks and everything
Sorry.
they've got. There's 3 decks. It looks huge, honestly.
Oh yeah,
It's huge.
yeah. Yeah.
But I want to just look at this gallery for a second. Oh, shoot. I wonder if I can find it. Actually, hang on. I'm bringing us back to this, and I'm going to go look for something because... Shiver, what do you think of the Odyssey?
I have very mixed feelings about it. I do and don't want one at the same time.
Yeah?
Why?
Yeah.
Why do you? Let's start with why do you not want it?
The biggest problem would be the price.
Okay.
The second one, aesthetically, I like a lot of the elements on it, but it seems very bubbly, very rounded, and I prefer sharp and jagged.
That's fair. That's just a Misk thing. It's got a pretty strong.
Oh,
Misk
I
vibe
know,
to it.
I know.
Yeah.
I've never been a huge Misk fan, but I've never hated them. Although I actually really dislike the 85X because that just looks like a fucking stone.
This slideshow is just on something. It's just going nonstop. I can't stop it. But I want everyone to look at this image quickly. See this of the Odyssey, or even this one of the Odyssey, and then let's switch over here. That's the front section of the Endeavor. Like the front section of the Endeavor
Yeah, I know.
is
No, that's actually I had the thought too. It's almost identical to the front half of the Endeavor.
the front half of the Endeavor is an Odyssey.
Yeah, basically.
Wouldn't it be amazing if that, and I know it's not going to be because they're not that cool, but wouldn't it be amazing if that's actually what they did and the Endeavor was just a piece, like a thing that connected to the Odyssey.
I 100% think that's what they're gonna do now. And it'll be slightly different. So at least by the way that it's supposed to work, the quantum drive for the Endeavor is actually in the ass half, not the front half. So they would have to. Did Shiver like that one?
They could change
Using the
that.
professional terms there.
Yes,
Yeah, exactly.
they could change.
Oh,
but
I don't think they would change it because it doesn't make any sense to change it. I think that they will have a modified version of the Odyssey serve as the front half of the Endeavor. I do think that it's going to massively cut down the amount of work they need to do on the Endeavor.
I feel like the Odyssey.
Very similar ship.
Well, and the thing is that now that the Odyssey has all of that built-in mining and refining and ability to fully support itself, the Endeavor is going to have that same ability to mine quantum.
Oh yeah.
Like it's going to have that same.
At least, well, not necessarily built in. But I would imagine you'll see it as modules and stuff you can buy because that whole ship is modular.
I feel like the Endeavor has to jump in price by double.
Oh yeah, no, that ship is going to be insane when it's done. The Endeavor is going to be a massive like space station.
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
With a ship attached to the front of it.
Yeah. Because the ship at the front is supposed to be an exploration ship that can go through jump holes and down to planets on its own, while
not through jump gates.
Right,
no.
not jump gates, but down to planets on its own.
It's supposed to basically you fly into a system, then you detach from the back half, and then you fly around the whole system and explore, and come back to the ass half. Shimmer.
I can't wait. I cannot wait for that ship. And the Odyssey just makes me very, very happy.
I get a little bit of, I don't know why, Shiver, but I get a little bit of Star Trek vibes from the engines. They kind of look like nacelles.
I can see what you mean. I can see.
Especially the ones that are on the bottom. I get nacelle vibes from that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, this ship is amazing. And it's like this is like every explorer's like number one dream is to be able to just go out and explore and do, like, you don't have to come back. You're not forced to come back. You can go and look, and you can be out there for however long you want, and that's going to be really cool for those players.
I do,
and it'll allow you to get really far if really far exists in the game, but it should allow you to get really far from civilization.
I do sort of hope that they will do either a one-person ship with the same or similar capabilities, or like a lower number of people, because
what?
I would like a one-person ship that can go out there and not worry about fuel and like.
How would that work?
It just takes one person to mine, one person to refine. Like, it would just be more contain. It would be the freelancer size, but one person.
Yeah, but wouldn't that make the Endeavor basically superfluous? Or not the Endeavor, the Odyssey?
No. It's like, does the Orion make does the Orion make the Prospector superfluous?
No, but it has an entirely different way of doing things. We don't know yet how exploration, like, how the gameplay loop closes on exploration.
Does the Mole make the Prospector useless?
Again, it does entirely different things from the Prospector. Which is, again, we don't know what exploration gameplay is going to look like. So we don't know if there's a way to differentiate one ship from another ship in terms of the actual reward for gameplay.
even if like I'd like a ship, even like a single person ship that could even just refine Quantanium. Maybe you have to go out and mine it by hand, but something that doesn't require you to return to civilization all the time for more fuel.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because there are very, very few ships that can do that. The Odyssey is one of.
I don't even know if there's any others than the Odyssey
Well,
that
the
actually can
Starfare-
stay out almost indefinitely.
The
Well, the Starfarer could, but what are you going to do with it?
No,
You know?
but it could. But like,
Yeah.
I'd like some other sizes of ships that can also stay out indefinitely. Because, I mean, the Odyssey does require, or not require, but does command a fair crew contingent.
What is it,
6.
3?
6.
For full crew, yeah.
I don't have
Yeah,
6
You
friends.
could do it with 3.
I don't have 3
You wouldn't
friends.
need- Yes,
Well,
you
you
do.
only need 2.
I don't have 2.
You would not need to have 6 people to run that ship. 6 is probably max crew is usually what they list.
Yeah.
So,
I just always like
but
being
no,
able to
I
do
do
things.
see your point, but I understand why it's a 6 crew ship for also. You know what I really would like to see at this point, because now we have some like primo exploration ships. I would like. I'm gonna pull a David here. I want you to tell me how exploration is gonna work.
Yes.
That's what I want to know now from.
You're going to go to
CIG.
this place that no one else has ever been to, and you're going to be all like, I'm going to look around.
And then you're going to plant your flag and say, I claim this in the name of Britain.
And everyone will go, "What the hell is Britain?"
Yes.
Anyway, no, what I mean is, so we've heard bits and pieces, right? We know there's land claims and stuff, and there's some exploration potential there for finding, good areas on the ground. We know that there's like a whole science part that's very nebulous at this point. Do you like that? You like that word there? Yeah, that's great. Anyway,
I love it when
But,
you use words like that. It's a real gasser.
Anyway, we know there's like the jump point gameplay and discovering new systems, but we don't know the details of what the core of exploration gameplay, how it will play, and what you will do, and what you will be selling. Can you sell it from where you are? Do you have to come back to sell it? Like, how does it work? Like, and that's so. There's a lot of question marks, and I think that they have enough exploration ships now that they should start working on the. And I'm sure they are, but on the gameplay side of it, and how it will work.
I really wanted to make a pun, but my brain's too foggy. They have talked. Oh, don't give me that look, Shiver. They
I
had
missed it.
nice. They had. I mean, this is again just so fucking long ago. But they had talked about a couple ideas ages ago of selling land rights on planets, right? But also they had talked about you find a like a rich mineral deposit in an asteroid belt, and you can sell the location of that, and the value of it will probably depend on the like how recently you found it.
Yeah.
Because there's
Yeah.
no guarantee that someone else won't have found it. They also talked about, and this was one of the big things that they were talking about with exploration, but it hasn't been talked about because honestly, and I think part of the reason they don't have anything on exploration is because they still haven't detailed this more at all, is flora and fauna. Because flora and fauna were originally supposed to play a... Go ahead, Shiver.
There's another factor as well, data running.
Yep.
Yeah.
But flora and fauna were originally supposed to play a large impact in exploration. The idea of you get paid to find either new species, which would pay a ton, or to collect samples of species from further out planets that people need to study. Like that's part of the exploration gameplay loop, is probably there's this type of animal on this planet. We need you to go there, capture one, and bring it back. But it's hard for them to talk about
You get
that.
to be the aliens that come and beam them up.
Literally.
Take them away.
Well, I'm hoping that they have like a you get to tranquilize them, right? Like you get to go
Oh, they did
hunting.
say. Yeah, that's it. Exactly. They did mention hunting was going to be a thing.
Yeah.
But I can't help but wonder if one thing that they can do is locations. Certainly, of I've found this asteroid and it's rich in unobtainium, and that's going to be a fairly large data packet. Something so large that you couldn't broadcast it.
Mm-hmm.
You would have to bundle it up on a USB thumb drive and throw it in the back of someone's.
Harold.
Thank you. And they have to run. But the smaller things, like I found this very small asteroid and it's only got worthless gold on it. That's gonna be something that you could broadcast, and then it's just a matter of waiting for the transmission to fly through space at some calculated route, and obviously that's not worth much.
But it's also that things can't transcend jump points, right? They've said that the only way to get data through a jump point is for a
I
ship
want to see them.
to fly.
I want to see
through.
I can't wait to see the. I remember the concept art for them. So yeah, you actually need a vessel to go through the gate. So they had these big arrays with like tons of little tiny pocket ships that would just fly back and forth through the gate to carry information back and forth. I want to see those.
Yep.
They look cool.
But so
But yeah, that was the
Super
point.
serious
Whereas
shit.
if you're in an undiscovered system, you wouldn't be able to transmit information out of that system. You'd have to come back.
yeah.
But with the Odyssey, you could potentially gather a ridiculous amount of information and valuable, resources and species and such, and come back and become a gajillionaire.
Do you think they need to balance that? Because you could
Yes.
you could literally have millions worth of just information on your ship and barely use any cargo space because it's all just information.
Yep.
Is that fair to the Hull E pilot that isn't earning as much but has potentially gone through at least as much risk as you to sell his millions of horrible 85Xs?
Yes, I do agree that it needs to be balanced.
We don't know how much information is going to be worth
But
yet.
they also can, they can gamify that too and be like, oh, you have to have computer cores to store the information, and you run out of them because they fill up, and so on and so forth.
Because someone
other-
won't uninstall Gallagher or something on the bridge.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I know that reference.
I get that reference. The thing I keep thinking, coming back to, is we
I need to
still
watch
haven't.
that movie again.
Great movie. We still haven't. Honestly, we still have not seen very much of flora or fauna. We've seen a couple things here and there, but they're making entire planets, and they have to make a lot more planets a lot more quickly, right? So they've created all these tools to do that, but we haven't really heard anything about tools for creating flora and fauna more quickly, which is something that they have to do.
Mhm.
And I still
Although
really,
they seem to be doing quite well with flora. Every planet we see has all these really cool plants on it.
it does, but they need even more variety, right? The problem is
Yeah.
you've got, let's say you've got 10 plants. Right now we're at what, like 10 or 15 different types of plants on a planet?
They kinda stole a base on us in this one, as a horrible reference, by the way. Anyway, there is a lore reference to this, and it sort of points to there being fewer or less variation in species because all the terraformed planets, basically, they killed everything on them,
Yes.
and they all were just repopulated with Earth life.
Yep.
So
But there still has to be
I still
something.
want some horror creatures, though. I want blood-sucking crotch spiders to be an actual thing that can
Absolutely.
jump out on me on a derelict space station or something.
Always,
but
that
there
should,
has
that
to
should
be
be their
s-
name.
There has to be something for explorers to find. And if a planet
Yes.
only has 10 different types of plant, one explorer showing up on one explorer who's the first person to find this planet will be able to catalog every single thing on that planet before anyone else, period, right?
Maybe.
And that's not very balanced gameplay. So they have to find ways to have variation built into the system without
How do you do that though?
procedural generation. Procedurally generated but checked over by concept artists. You don't want to hit the level of insanity of something like No Man's
You just
Sky.
don't want to do. You just don't want to do No Man's Sky because
No.
they went way too far that direction.
They did, but you can. I mean, No Man's Sky's problem is they didn't really set any rules. It was just purely procedurally generated. You could set rules that based on planet's gravity and based on these like
That's cool. Yeah.
right? And then you can have random variation within it, and then you still, like they're doing actually, and they're doing this right now for the space stations, right? Where the space stations, they're having the designs done procedurally, and then they're going over and checking over them by hand. Why don't they do the same thing for flora and fauna? Who knows? They might actually
That'd
be
be
doing
cool.
it. But that's I think if exploration is going to rely on flora and fauna at all, they have to have procedural generation in their flora
Yeah,
and
I
fauna.
agree.
Period.
And I do think I think you're seeing slowly all of the different things that they will need to populate the universe with are going to move towards being procedurally generated, but they're not doing it willy-nilly, right? They're going through their process of like, okay, first we need to make really good assets at the beginning and understand how to make these creatures at the beginning, and then you can move towards or how to make these space stations or how to make these buildings or so on and so forth. It's really important you start off with a good set and also a very diverse set. You need, if you're going to populate a procedural generation system, it has to have a huge data set to begin with.
Yep.
But you know, unfortunately, CIG created a hell of a problem for themselves. There's a reason that they're going to have something like 1,500 employees in 5 years from now.
1,000 of them are going to be artists.
Oh yeah,
And they've also got to put a decided line on, you know, how far technological wise are we going to have sentient species? Are we going to have sentient species? Full stop, really. And then it's
beyond
gonna be,
the ones we know about. Yeah.
Yeah, and then that opens a whole can of worms if they go, yeah, we'll have some, because then they need to think of their design language, the evolution of that civilization.
Yep. Yeah, that'll
There's-
be fun, eh?
I mean, they have also talked about like jump points will open, right? Jump points aren't stuck in
They're not
time and
static.
place. Right?
Not all of them, anyway.
Not all of them. And I mean, we're still really early days, but the idea is, 5 years in the future when Star Citizen is fully fleshed and fairly done, you know what?
Citation needed.
I know. But the idea is that Eric could be just out dicking around in an asteroid field and find a jump point that Uncharted, it just opened up.
Yep.
And then he's sitting there being like, shit, I just found a jump point. I'm in a prospector. I don't have an exploration vessel, but I bet I can sell the location of this jump point for a shit ton of money. Probably.
No. There's no way I would sell it. I'd be like, how fast can I get back to my Odyssey?
I know, but the loop is like someone you
no.
could either do it yourself or assuming I'm saying you don't have anything to explore with, right? You sell it.
No, what I'd really do is I'd call you on your real life phone and be like, David, get your freaking ship over here.
And the thing with that as well is even if you did meta it like that of Dave, come over here, play Star Citizen with me. I found something. It doesn't mean it's going to be a good thing that you find. You could find the home planet of the blood-sucking crotch spiders.
Yes.
Exactly.
But
Or like I wrote in my story, you could go through a jump point and it could go to nowhere.
and then close behind you.
And then the jump point closes behind you and it's
Yeah.
gone. And you're like, well, fuck.
Yeah.
that's the end of that. That should be a
Or-
Halloween thing. That
but-
should be a Halloween thing in Star Citizen. All of a sudden, all the jump points just go nowhere.
But if they can get like imagine and again this is 5, 10, who knows, 10 years in the future. Let's say they get procedural generation tools to the point that makes that we're talking about here, right? But they could have a new jump point open, right? And in that jump point are, 2 procedurally generated planets with a moon each around a sun. And on those planets, there's 15 or 20 procedurally generated plants and species of plants and animals based on the rule set that they gave for this solar system.
Yep.
That you are
for sure.
able to. That is where exploration gameplay would come from. Because then the first person there, right? The first person gets the big money. But then everyone else, you then have contracts popping up for luxury, right? I heard that there's these new animals. I want 12 as a pet because I'm an asshole. This new plant, I've heard it's an aphrodisiac. I need 14,000 of them for myself, right? Like, and science, like that's where exploration gameplay, in my opinion, should come from. It's the finding it and then continuing to go there and colonize.
I actually think
14,000 of those aphrodisiac plants, but I need 28,000 of the analgesic plants as well.
So I actually think the land claim gameplay is actually going to tie in really heavily with exploration too, because you're going to be. This is my headcanon for how things are going to work. Like, you'll be able to scan planets, and you'll probably have to get pretty close to get a good detailed scan. And you can search for areas that would make good bases, and if you find one, you can basically take that piece of information and package it up, and go, I'm going to sell this to somebody to make a claim here. Or claim it for yourself and then sell the claim, either one. But I think that is going to tie in heavily to exploration gameplay as well. Obviously on the mining and base building side of things, but yeah.
I found this planet. I claimed the entirety of it for myself. XX Sphincter 1XX.
That's right. Yeah.
It is now Planet Sphincter.
XX.
That's the one in the black hole system, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. I also think that. Oh, come on. Brain just stopped for a moment. Not very good when that happens. All right. What was I thinking about?
I want to say that it's 12:30, and my brain has been stopped for an hour and a half. They do, Sargareth. They do. So
Why
Can't
change
I?
Sargeras.
Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Is they're already working on derelict or procedurally generated derelict ships as well. That's another thing they can populate into these systems is derelict stations and ships, and you'd be like, wait a second, I didn't know anybody ever had been here before, and then there could be a whole story arc about how somebody had tried to come into the system and then got fucking wiped out by the crotch spiders. So like.
crotch spiders making canon.
Wiped out by crotch spiders on the planet Sphincter.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, they're
Question.
in natural danger.
Are crotch spiders like head crabs?
No, they're like crotch spiders.
I mean, no.
Okay.
The name is actually a bit of a misnomer because they have 6 legs.
How many crotches do they
The
have?
other two are actually pincers that are designed to pierce the flesh near your reproductive organs and then barb out, so you can't just yank them out without causing severe internal injury.
Oh, so they're scorpions.
No.
6
That's
legs
not
and
a
giant
scorpion.
pincers.
I thought don't scorpions have 8 legs?
No, they are not arachnids.
Are they not? I
They are not.
always thought they were.
6 legs.
Today I learned. I've never wanted to get close enough to a scorpion to go 1, 2, ow,
Yeah, right.
3.
Back in Italy, we had special sticks. They were called our scorpion killing sticks. They were just a stick with a nail on the end. And if you saw a scorpion, you'd spear it with the scorpion killing stick.
Sounds about right to me.
All right, Shiver.
When I was on the way back from Akihabara, I saw the most terrifying sight. More terrifying than a brood of
Crotch spiders.
angry crotch spiders in heat. I saw a snake den.
Oh yeah.
Oh my.
I'd heard rumors about them, but I thought, nah, it's just rubbish. It's Tokyo. What the fuck kind of snake's gonna go near Tokyo? And yeah, right near, because we had to cross like 6 rivers or something stupid like that, and right near one there was this little pit, and it was all horrible and filled with evil creatures known as snakes, all keeping together for warmth or something. I don't know. It did look terrifying. I did not want.
All right, everyone. Genuinely,
Big hole.
genuinely, thank you all for joining us at this
Yeah.
late hour. Had a ton
Thank
of
you very
fun.
much.
Thank you, Shiver. What's going on in Shiver World, in the world of rolling dice and destroying mental stabilities?
This week is a very, very busy week for me. I'm prepping session zeros and doing off-stream things in prep for streamed games, and then Thursday, I think, in your Western time zone, we have London by Gaslight, V5 VTM Victorian Age game. If you missed the previous episode of Oxford by Night, which was yesterday, the VOD is still up on our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Table of Horrors, and it was very good. It was very good. Tune in.
Tune in.
And in December, all sorts of special little one-shots going up. We'll be doing another Wraith game. Hopefully, we'll have a good cast for that. We're still trying to sort out details and all that sort of thing, but we'll figure something out. Wraith is good. Wraith is drama-filled, but Wraith is good.
Sounds like there's a lot of that.
And then from
But
Eric and I.
Yesterday's VTM game, there was genuinely a point. I've never felt guilty playing VTM before, but yesterday I genuinely felt guilty for what I was putting the players through. And it was glorious. Absolutely
It's
glorious.
glorious. Oh, that's awesome. So, go and watch all of Shiver's various adventures.
Yes.
They're a lot of fun.
And
I'm occasionally on there too, for Star Trek.
Yeah, I've still got to get. I know what's happening in your next Star Trek episode. It's just a matter of sitting down and filling out the damn doc for okay, here's the game.
I will also
And then
say.
on. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Eric.
I was gonna say on Tuesday evenings we also do the unnamed game show, which still is unnamed.
No, it's named. That's its name.
But also has a name, so it's sort of in limbo.
Shiver hates me for that.
And I know he does.
Everyone hates you for that.
No, Shiver. Everyone hates me. Period. That just adds to the list.
So, yeah, so we hope to do a game show this week. It is always a bit of a question mark because it relies very heavily on people's schedules, especially our illustrious colleague Mr. Acapella, who occasionally joins us. I actually have played a ton of games lately, so I can't wait to talk about it. Games are good. Play games; they're fun. There's lots of good games.
Of course
Oh
he has
my
a
god, he
fucking
brought up
violin.
a
Of course he fucking does.
violin. Jesus.
This is why
There we
people
go.
hate you.
Have a great one, everyone.